live from the O'Hara Construction Studio in downtown Jackson. It's the Bart Hawley Show. I'm David Rice, inviting you to join Bart and his guests. Blackman Township Supervisor Pete Jansek. Chief Equity Officer for the City of Jackson, John Willis. From Downtown Restaurant Veritas General Manager and Event Coordinator Casey Sweezy with Executive Chef Jenna Dyke. From the Cascades Humane Society Executive Director Stephanie Riggs with Nicole Hamann. And entertainment correspondent Mike Mara. And now, here's Bart.
Thank you very much, David Rice. Good afternoon, and welcome to our show. A pretty decent day so far, 70 degrees right now, kind of humidity, but still pretty pleasant. No rain is expected for the rest of today, just partly sunny skies and a high of 74. Tonight, partly cloudy and a low of 53. Great potato growing weather. On Thursday, sunny, 75. It looks to be beautiful. Friday, pretty much the same, except there's a slight chance of showers on Friday with a high of 74. Saturday, our chance is at 30% of seeing rain with a high of 74, and just a chance on Sunday with a high of 75. We'll start next week with daytime highs in the 70s. By midweek, our daytime highs will be in the upper 60s as we're seeing the end of September. Wow, can you believe it?
Goes fast.
5 days left in the month. Today's weather brought to you by Kelly Express. A great deal on pizza. The pizza is fantastic at Kelly Express. It's made from scratch, finest ingredients, and large. They have one-size pizza. It's large. So it feeds a crowd, and right now you can get a specialty pizza and an order of the breadsticks for $24.99 at South Street, Jefferson Road, Napoleon, Grass Lake, and County Farm Road. And this fall, Michigan and Robinson will have a full restaurant and a drive-through, and it's going up fast. Thank you, Kelly Express. We'll take a quick look outside. The Skycam looking west today. Looks pretty quiet downtown. The apartment building, the Blackstone, making some progress there.
Yep.
They're making actually quite a bit more progress on the apartment building, workforce apartment complex on Greenwood, to be named the Greenwood. They're on the second floor. They're working on the second floor already of a 4-story building. Today is the 25th of September. It is If You See Something, Say Something Awareness Day, and very important. It's unfortunate that that's got to be burned into everyone's head, but really, if you see something, say something.
You got your coworkers? Is that right?
Narc on your coworkers. Yes. It's Binge Day, National Comic Book Day. Oh, Noah, happy National Comic Book Day. And the folks at Nostalgia Inc. will be doing special things. Today is game night at Nostalgia Inc. Come on down to Mechanic Street and enjoy National Comic Book Day. I bet you get a free comic book. It's National Cooking Day. Are you cooking tonight, Brandon?
Sure.
What's for dinner?
I like cereal. I can eat cereal for dinner.
Cereal is not cooking.
Yeah.
National Food Service Employees Day. I was talking to somebody, and I'm going to try this. They told me that they eat cereal with a fork because they don't want all the milk. They don't want their Fruit Loops soggy.
Okay.
So I think I might try that. Did you grow up in a family where you had to drink all the milk in the cereal bowl after the cereal was gone?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
It's get all messy, you know, you use your
yeah.
hands. And,
We just dumped it down the sink.
Yeah.
It's National Food Service Employees Day. We salute, Brent Russell and all the people at Taher and every food service organization throughout the area. William Harvey at Lumen Christi. We salute all of you in school food service. You guys do a great job. National Lobster Day, something you probably won't see on the menu at school food service. It's World Pharmacist Day. And a salute to pharmacists. You know, right now, pharmacists are overworked because of the strain on some of these chain store closings, and they are super busy and overtaxed. So we salute pharmacists. Thanks for taking care of us. Oh my gosh, it's National School Milk Day.
No kidding. Wow.
Wow.
Go with the cereal.
When I was a kid, Brandon, you won't believe this, we could get a little carton of milk and it had a little opening spout, 2 cents.
2 cents.
2 cents. Chocolate milk, 3 cents. I don't know why it cost a whole third more.
For chocolate.
Chocolate. I was on this day in 1992. NASA launched the Mars Observer. It was a robotic space probe. It was designed to study Mars. A year later, all communication was lost. We have no idea where it is or what it's doing. On this day in 1977, runners run the first Chicago Marathon. So it only goes back to 1977. I know we have people from Jackson that have run the Chicago Marathon. And when it was first run, guess what it was called? It was not the Chicago Marathon. Any guess, Brandon?
The Chicago Torch Run?
No. The Mayor Daley Marathon, after Mayor Daley. On this day in 1890, and listen carefully, there's another question coming up, Brandon.
All right.
On this day in 1890, Sequoia National Park, established by the United States Congress. The park, situated in the state of California, is famous for its giant, what?
Trees.
Trees,
Yeah.
specifically.
I'm not good with the names of trees.
I'll give you a hint.
Sequoia.
Sequoia. That's right. Sequoia National Park.
I thought that'd be too
Sequoia.
obvious.
Hey,
Why are you even here, Noah?
Happy Comic Book Day, Noah.
Yep, Noah's going to get comic books now.
On this day in 1926, Henry Ford announced an 8-hour, 5-day work week for Ford Motor Company workers. And that set the standard for the rest of the country. In 1981, Sandra Day O'Connor sworn in as the first female U.S. Supreme Court Justice. And on this day in 1970, September 25th, 1970, in the 8:30 p.m. time slot, immediately following the Brady Bunch, ABC premiered a program that would go on to become a smash hit, The Partridge Family. And there they are, The Partridge Family. So Screen Gems, the production company, they had originally done The Monkees. That went off the air in '68. They wanted another show, so they came up with The Partridge Family. They were modeled on the Cowsills, which was a real family that performed like the Partridge Family. The Cowsills, they said, ABC said, okay, we'd like to build a show about you, the Cowsills. And so they were all excited about it, and then ABC said, but we want Shirley Jones to play the mom. And Barbara Cowsill was furious because she thought, oh my gosh, we're going to be big TV stars. No, so they ceased cooperating. So they had to come up with a whole new family, the Partridges. They hired 4 non-singing child actors. None of those kids, except that one on the far right, none of those kids could sing or did sing. Lori, Danny, Chris, Tracy, all non-singers, but one future teen idol, David Cassidy, was hired for the role of Keith, and he became a teen idol. Crazy success. The show turned out song after song. They had 2 hits, 2 big hits. I Think I Love You. Brandon, can you sing a little?
I think I love you.
Yep.
So well, so
And that's good. And I Woke Up in Love This Morning.
I don't know that one.
I woke up in love this morning.
Yeah.
And #1 hits. And that was thanks mainly to David Cassidy. All that happening on this day in history. Now on to today in the J, brought to you by Experience Jackson. As we see, is that Clay McAndrew's peace sign?
Looks like it.
Yeah, it is on the garage door at Grand River Brewery from I think first or second year of Bright Walls. Today we have, well, this is over. Well, this is over. What we have now is a dog walk at Ellis Sharp Park, 6 p.m. Bring your friendly furry companions to the rotunda at Ellis Sharp Park and join other dog owners in a relaxing evening stroll around the park. Be a great night for that. Grab your leash, lace up your walking shoes, and join Experience Jackson for a dog walk. Whether your furry friend is a playful pup or a seasoned tail wagger, I think Rachel wrote those, they're sure to have a barking good time. They'll be sniffing out the best trails, enjoying some fresh air, and meeting other dogs and dog-loving pals. Tonight, presented by Experience Jackson, 6 p.m., Ellis Sharp Park, Rotunda. That's today. One thing tomorrow I want you to know about. Jackson College Reading Series gets started 3 p.m. at William Atkinson Hall. The reading series has readers reading their original works of writing for 10 to 15 minutes each. Each reader will be introduced by a chosen colleague. The event will showcase faculty, staff, and other writers on campus at Jackson College. And Michigan Theater presents Citizen Kane tomorrow night. That is the member movie night, 7 p.m., the Orson Welles Classic, and that will be $5 for everyone but members. Members are free at the Michigan Theater. And that's today and tomorrow in the J, presented by Experience Jackson. This morning, the City of Jackson and the Human Relations Commission presented the honorees with the 2024 Harold White Senior Awards. These annual awards are organized by the city's Human Relations Commission, recognizing Jackson residents and organizations making a difference in volunteering, diversity, and inclusion. Members of Harold White Senior's family were there and participated in the breakfast and program. Thanks to the White family for being a big part of the Harold White Senior Awards in the honor of your dad and grandfather. The winners were John Willis with the Diversity Award and Michael Young, the other Diversity Award winner, is pastor. The Martin Luther King Diversity Committee, the folks that put on Challenge Day, were awarded the Inclusion Award, and there is Renell Weathers and Kathy Brechtelsbauer, who have worked, I think, on Challenge Day in the Diversity Committee since day one. Also honored were Diane Washington with a volunteer award. Diane gives so much of her time and heart in the community with the establishment of YPOP, the Young People of Purpose, and the gardens and all of the cool things that she's done for the kids. And this group, the People for the Parks and Trails, Andrew Sargent and Aaron Dimmock, they're in the middle, the co-founders of the People for the Parks and Trails, getting the volunteer award. Congratulations to all the recipients. You can see more photos from this morning's breakfast at Commonwealth Commerce Center online at jtv.tv. And those folks' names, their organizations, and those individuals will be engraved on the permanent monument that is in Horace Blackman Park in downtown Jackson. Last night, the City Council voted to rename a city street after a late council member. The street Milwaukee Street is no more. It is now known as Carl Breeding Way. And there is Carl Breeding. Carl was a community leader, represented the First Ward on the City Council for quite some time, 1997 to 2012. He was also vice mayor at the time of his passing in 2012. In addition to a 28-year career as a math teacher at Jackson High, he was a member of the Human Relations Commission, served as president of the Michigan NAACP, and vice president of the National NAACP. He was an advocate for the permanent renaming of Francis Street to Martin Luther King Jr., which happened after his death in 2019. Milwaukee Street, a residential street in the south side, the entire length of the 1 mile street has been renamed from Alpine Drive to East South Street. And actually Carl Breeding lived on that street. Somebody asked why did they choose Milwaukee Street and why did they choose the street? I had a viewer ask, what's the idea behind that? Well, Carl lived on that street and took great care of his neighbors and neighborhood. So First Ward Council member Arlene Robinson said, Mr. Breeding is deserving of this recognition. I appreciate the vote and I think it's an awesome thing to give him more accolades in the city. So those residents are getting the notification that they have a new address, and the police and fire and EMS, all the people that need to know the map people, Google Maps, they're all being informed as we speak today. Our show today being brought to you by Tri-County Water, providing great water in the green room. They do a lot more. They do water softeners, salt, and other water services since 1966. I'd like to thank our sponsor of the day. Every day we honor one of our great sponsors, and today it's Orthopedic Rehab Specialists. ORS has been with us practically the whole time JTV has been around, thanks to the leadership team and all the clinicians and staff at Orthopedic Rehab Specialists for what they do for our community. Then most notably the ORS Running Series, which is coming up this Saturday, the ORS Oktoberfest, and you can still register for that. And this is the event that has probably the most bling and merch of any of the races. I think everybody ends up with something, and the winners get some really cool prizes and awards. Kids get a ton of fun stuff in their superhero run, so kids get dressed up in superhero costumes. They'll have superheroes there as well, and it happens downtown starting at One Energy Plaza on Saturday morning. Details at orsrunningseries.com and also on jtv.tv. Great lineup of guests today. We've got a lot of cool things happening in Blackman Township. So Blackman Charter Township Supervisor Pete Jancic will be here with all the news of Blackman. John Willis, who was honored this morning at the Harold White Awards, City of Jackson's Chief Diversity Officer, Chief Equity Officer. John will be with us today. We'll meet the new General Manager of Veritas in downtown Jackson, Casey Sweezy, and Executive Chef Jenna Dyke. From the Cascades Humane Society, Stephanie Riggs. She's the new director of CHS. She'll be here with Nicole Hammond, and our entertainment correspondent from Jackson College, Mike Mara, is back with us today as well. All this and more today on JTV. Great to have you here, and we will get started with Pete right after this.